It says, at Son of a Tech, I'm going to buy 12 6600 XTs, your first purchase of an AMD card. Is it a wise decision to buy them right now? I would lean towards no, primarily due to the fact that their pricing's still a little bit high, and we really aren't clear on exactly what's going on with Ethereum and the merge. More than likely, it does feel like it's going to be June. We even had a call that was tweeted out. Let me see if I can find this for you guys, actually. I think it's on my Twitter. Let me see if I can find it, and then we'll just go ahead and play it so you can get the word from the horse's mouth here. Here we go. So this was on Compass Mining's Twitter. And this is Tim Beiko, a core dev. I think I actually just said his name wrong.
Wondering what you guys' thoughts are on Ethereum.
Here we go. So it's paused. What I'm going to do is we're just going to listen to this real quick. You guys will get an idea of what's going on, and then we can discuss a bit. But this answers that question a little bit.
Wondering what you guys' thoughts are on Ethereum mining going into the merge.
I would strongly advise against trying to start a mining operation today unless you can be profitable in a large number of weeks to very small number of months. Today is not the time to buy a GPU and think you can maybe make it back in 6 months. And I think what happens with hash rate at the merge hinges on what percentage of hash rate is already kind of past break even and which one isn't. So if you're say a long-term miner and you're way past break even, you're profitable, you're basically your fixed costs are paid and you're profitable on every incremental block that you mine, then your incentive is to mine all the way up to the merge, right? It's why would you shut down, because you can get that extra money. I think if you're in a world where your fixed costs still make up, you're still kind of paying back those fixed costs, then when we get close to the merge, the calculus becomes say I've got 2 months of mining left, versus the cost of selling all my GPUs today, what do I expect to be higher ROI? If the network is made up of mostly actors who are still paying back their fixed costs, there's a higher probability that they try to sell their hardware to kind of get back, those as much of those fixed costs as they can, especially if they forecast that after the merge, there might be a larger supply of GPUs on the market. Whereas if what you're seeing is people who are already have those costs covered, or even have staking infrastructure set up, we've seen a lot of large mining pools also offer staking services, then those folks basically have an incentive to mine all the way up to the last merge block. And possibly, if they have a staking service, they have an incentive for the merge to go well and for Ethereum to be successful beyond the point of the merge.
Ethereum is robust against a very broad range of hash rate. I mean, we could potentially lose a lot of hash and still be extremely secure. And, this is one of the reasons for moving to proof of stake is the sense that we're overpaying for security. So
we're overpaying for security. Who? Sounds centralized to me, bud. All right, so first of all, Tim's comments should be basically words of warning to all of y'all when thinking about Ethereum. You should not be planning on mining Ethereum with your GPUs. He clearly said weeks to months. Obviously, we already have the difficulty bomb coming in to delay it to June. June seems to be the very earliest at which we would see the merge, I think, in my humble opinion, if judging by the difficulty bomb delay and all of that. Once we get into this last guy, I give up. We're overpaying for security. All right, well, that's what the network is paying for the security as far as everybody that participates in it. So when he says we, it just makes me think of EIP 1559 and bolstering the initial coin offering investors. And I'm not a big fan of any of that. I don't think ETH wasn't a fair launch to get from the get-go. It broke the code is law statement that they always went with. It's constantly reneging negotiated the consensus mechanism as it sits, and they're about to do it again in the largest way arguably possible. And then if we're talking about like security, it seems like a silly argument to me, because it sounds like it's from his perspective, like I'm paying too much for it. I don't want to pay the fees. I don't want to do this or that. And coming from the fact that EIP 1559 didn't reduce the fees, it only bolstered the current holders' value. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of that last statement. But I think Tim is, Tim's obviously going to be pro proof of stake. But when he talks to GPU miners, he's very cordial, and he doesn't seem to like mislead as far as all of that goes. So if you were planning on purchasing GPUs for Ethereum, don't, I suppose. Just be prepared that, your profitability is going to go down. Part of that obviously is purchasing NVIDIA GPUs over AMD GPUs, in my humble opinion right now. And then that's kind of it. So I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.